Hello folks, how's everybody feeling out there in Rider Nation? Probably much like myself. Fed up. This close doesn't count. There's no more excuses for close. Even Trevor Harris said that. Sick and tired of the same old story. And oh man, we are one flush of putting any chance of the Riders making the playoffs this season. That's all it'll take, folks. One more loss and this season's down the toilet. It's a sad situation to be in. So frustrated, so many things. Again, just not making the plays when you have to and when it counts, and the first real bad one was Frankie out in the bloody wheel route and wide open field in front of him. Harris throws a pistol, drops it right in there perfectly right on stride, and Frankie drops him. And deflating. And plus the start of the game where Willie's making a good play there with a block kick. Things were looking real terrible there. It could have been a rout, but managed to come back. Yeah, we made that long pass downfield and got in the end zone, so quiet the crowd down and we're back in it. That was a big turning point. That could have been gone either way. The most frustrating to me was at the end of the game, fourth quarter, the call on Miles Brown. Oh, was I mad. Even right off the bat, I said, no way, that's not a bloody penalty. He got him in the thighs. Me, I don't care. He challenged the wrong play on that one. The pass interference on Lawler against Sales, that's too close to call. He did, it was, but you're not going to get that called 90% of the time. And he grabbed his bloody wrist and pulled it away, and he couldn't even make a pass interception. Of course, the command center agreed with him, but I would have challenged a hit on Strevler. And I'll make a video, separate video. I got a really couple pet peeves on the ref in this game. I know I hate harping on refs, but I'll show you what I'm talking about on both those hits. Both those plays. I'm talking about. And then he didn't even play Brown for quite a few sequences after. I'd have put him right in there because he'd be so hot. I doubt if he'd make another stupid play. It wasn't a stupid play though. He hit him above the knees. Above the knees. And you know, they show it on the board. The players that got their hands up in the air. You know, our replay guys, they should have supported Miles Brown, even if you lose the damn challenge, which you shouldn't. But the way the command center's calling things now, they're pretty well agreeing with anything they call on the field. As far as I'm concerned, they can ex-nay the bloody command center. Like one of my subscribers calls them, the comedy center. The bloody good analysis of them. You know, they just can't get it right there. So why don't you just stop already? I'm not sure what the secret is to pulling out a victory, but I think the main one is we gotta have more offense somehow. Somehow we have to make some more offense. 21 points does not cut it. You know, it's hard to keep another team under 21 points and win games. Ask Winnipeg, that's how they started the season. not enough points and no wins. We're just not making enough points. And I think sometimes Mace doesn't gamble either when he should be gambling. Especially that series where we got the ball in really good field position, and it wasn't midfield, but we only needed a yard and a half. Even if we needed 2, who cares? If we don't make it, we don't make it. But he decides to punt, and the other one he decides to kick a field goal. Man, I don't know. I think at the time when you're got some momentum on offense, and you got to say to the players, we need 2 yards, and then Mueller has to have a body play that can get us those 2 yards. Simple as that. I think the play calling's weak, really weak. What about that play late in the game, and we need a first down or second and about 7, and they do that stupid shovel pass play. Sure, it looks good if you can trick play, if you can accomplish it, but they aren't even close. They tried it the game before. It's not like Winnipeg didn't see it. Put the same bloody trick play in, and the same result, absolutely nothing. We're in it to win it. We had a chance, minute left, needed a touchdown, and Harris doesn't get us down there. Like on the play with the interception, that Ford cut off his coverage on Ford cut his coverage off on Oju, and he was going to be wide open, and Harris really didn't have to throw it. That was the same thing with everything. Our receivers aren't getting open, obviously, because the O-line, again, for a bloody O-line that is in shambles, new guys on there. I don't think they actually did sack Harris, did they? Not that I recall. A lot of pressures, but there was times he had all sorts of time standing there and he couldn't find anybody open. Plus the play calling. They finally did some play action fake to Hickson, but everybody's going deep. They've got 7 guys trapped at the line of scrimmage, going to trying to stop Frankie. Man, they should have had somebody just going across it about 12 yards. Field was wide open. Looked downfield and throwing it long. So there everybody went. That's just pathetic. They got to find different play calling somehow, just to make the difference. Because we need offense. We need some more offense. The only thing about talking about the defense now, the only thing that makes me mad is, God, Mace has to get off this zone defense all the time. The play where they run all the way down after that bloody call on Miles Brown, I'm gonna get into that later. I'll make it, like I said, a video. Hey, someone came across, I can't remember where I was on that. Anyway, with that one after the penalty to Brown, I think that's what I was talking about. That they went all the way down the field, and everyone to Lawler. One, he made a spectacular catch, and actually a good one in the end zone, but all zone, to me it looked like it anyway. We gotta have some closer coverage sometimes, some man. They, like I said, they didn't beat us down the middle yesterday. They mostly underneath. There's a happy medium there. We got to find it quick, like I said, before we flush this season down the drain. The play calling, I still think it's got to improve. Like Frankie, he only had 6 carries going into the 4th quarter. And then they decided to use him, and man, oh man, what do you know? It's like he's punishing him for not catching that ball. Never got a touch to the 4th quarter, basically. And he actually run the ball good. That's when we made all our yards, and we get close, and we need more offense. That's all there is to it. I don't know what you people think out there. What do you think of this game? Comment down below. I'm sure everybody's just as frustrated as I am about the whole situation. We still have a chance to make the playoffs, which is amazing after all this. And just have to come off this bye week flying and get these wins against Calgary, get us on the winning track again before we move on and just try to salvage this season. You know, a season of, it was close. You know, you could see even Mace in the interview after, he was a little down, not like normal, and he's just wondering what he has to do to pull out a victory. And you could just see it in him, and I don't blame him. You know, just 1 or 2 plays again, and we still again, you know, was back to play calling. We still have these bloody plays where we need 7 yards, and both receivers on the right hand side, they go out 5 yards and cut. Both of them. 2 on the same side, 2 on the right side. And I think it was Baines that got it, but throw it 5. And the guy's right on him. Like, we maybe get one guy in behind them. I don't know. All I know, it has to change. They have to find a way. Well, where do we go next, folks? Where do we go next? That's the biggest question. You know, we can't. Everybody's calling for try Patterson. I think they could involve him a little bit in the play on games. Why not? A couple situations that might come into handy, have a little bit more mobile quarterback. Have a few plays designed for Patterson. Throw a curveball at the defense. They don't seem to do that. Other teams do. Like, oh, they even brought Strevler in. You know, that's what they do with him. Yeah, I don't know where we go from here, really. Like I said, we got to stick with Harris until there's no chance whatsoever of making the playoffs. And then we got to start looking for next season. But until that happens, we've got to stick with him and with Mueller. Yeah, he has to start finding some imagination, or try a different receiver in there. Get that Robitelli in there, somebody else. Like I said, Harris, lots of time. He had all sorts of time, and he just can't seem to find anybody, and has to fit him into a real tight window. Just a couple times the guys were wide open. I'll make another video of those plays with Miles Brown, and I'll include some of that. What I get really mad at is the refs. They just cannot find a penalty on the Bombers on kickoffs and punt returns. It's a friggin' joke. None last game, as far as I recall, at the Labor Day Classic, and none yesterday at the Banjo Bowl. No, they don't find any penalties, and I'll add that to the same clip. You know, it's crazy. And another thing that really getting on my nerves is these receivers in motion, how they allow them to be around a 1 yard offside. I find that bullshit. I call that bullshit. You know, it should never happen. Never. 1 yard baloney. 1 inch. Hi. Hi. Hey, buddy. No, even 1 inch. I could give maybe a foot or something, but not a full yard. Like, they won't give a lineman if he puts his pinky 1 inch offside on the white line. They'll call that offside, but they won't call a receiver that's going 500 miles an hour and giving himself a big advantage on the defense. They gotta call it. It's easy to call. You got 2 bloody line judges right on the line. Doesn't take a miracle to figure it out. If those guys are going across before any linemen move, throw your damn flag. I think they got to make an adjustment there with those calls. I know it's the same for both teams, but our team, you know, we're not even close to the line. Not even close. And a couple times when we're a mile off and get called. But other teams, so many times you see them way past the line of scrimmage. Oh, not just in this game, but on other games. I think those got to be called. Anyway, we got a week off here now. I gotta have some comments on this game. Let's get a good discussion going on this game. What are you thinking? What do we got to do? What is the answer, folks? What is the answer? I just want to... Is it too late? I don't think so. We still got hope. Like I said, we got one more flush of the toilet and before we put this season down the drain. And we can do it. I know. We've been close, but it's time to be close on the other side of the put a win on the win column instead of another bloody L. Anyway, I'll make another video, like I said, about those plays, and probably more during the week. I don't know if the Riders are gonna be looking for any more players or do some adjustments on this break here. Hopefully find a solution. Like, guys a lot smarter than myself are trying to make these bloody calls, and I sure the hell hope we can find one. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll talk to you later. Go Riders, go.